an introduction to rock and scree gardens.
Hello and welcome to Video Jug. I'm Tom Cole, Head of Horticulture at Capel Manor College, and I'm standing in an area surrounded by rock and scree gardens. What we're trying to do is mimic the world and really put it into miniature. So these rocks here are really supposed to represent mountainous areas. And when you think about those areas, the plants that you tend to use are ones which are very close growing to the ground. They're hummock forming, they creep. There's nothing really tall and sort of overly protruding from the top of the display. And still try to keep into scale with the rock that we're using, which is a mendip hard sandstone. So it's not really going to crumble like a sort of traditional sandstone. We've used plants which are like hardy geraniums, which are very close growing and hummock forming, to things like catmint, through to crassulas, saxifragas, and all of them are using cracks and crevices which we created in this feature, which is terraced, and the stone slightly tilted back so that when it does rain, water collects where the plants require it and then it's quickly lost. This is a type of gardening really that requires soil and ground conditions which are fairly well drained, no real moisture content, very impoverished. A perfect garden to create at this scale, or even you could create it in miniature in a sort of butler sink, or even just create your own raised bed. To complement any sort of good rock garden feature, you must have a scree garden. All a scree garden is basically a transitional zone between the rock and hard physical structure and where your gravel path is, or it could be a driveway, or it could be a lawn. It's an area composed of very, very gritty, gravelly soil, so that you're mimicking again what is naturally occurring in nature. In the valley bottoms, you will get all the debris collecting, and you get a whole host of new plants that you can actually use, such as this wonderful pink diasica, which creeps across the ground, or even some of the dwarf, brightly coloured rhododendrons. But equally, it's a very good place for other plants as well, such as Californian poppy, thyme, sedum, other sort of very, very low growing perennials. The soil itself has just been literally composed of highly drained soil-based compost, and on top of that a fairly thick layer of mulch, and the mulch in this case is just a gritty gravel.